Hello, 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 hello. I am sorry. Had some technical difficulties. So I am here. I am alive. I am ready to align for success with you, my friends. It is time for our 11/11 Align for Success show. Yes, you guys with me? You ready? I'm Deborah Deras, your friend, and here to be able to support you through meditation, motivation, and activation. We had some activation here in Venice Beach today. There are some peaceful protests going on, so I was a little bit distracted by helicopters, but all is well. Everything's good, and I am here to be able to support you, like always. So for those of you that don't know me, which I'm surprised if you don't, because you're my friend here on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. My whole intention with this show and my whole purpose in life is to help you to do the inner work, the inner practices, so that you can have the mindset, the emotional alignment, and the energetic frequency that you're vibrating at such a level that no matter what's going on in the world, you're going to be able to stay cool, calm, and collected. Why? Because you're on purpose. That's what alignment is about, is when you're not just talking the talk, but you're walking the walk. You're breathing the breath that is your soul's contract. And breathing the breath is about staying connected to the now. And when we stay connected to the now, because that's what Align for Success is all about, guess what happens? We experience peace. And if we want peace in our world, we need to have peace within ourselves. It all starts with us, right? Be the change we want to see in the world. And it starts from anchoring and grounding the peace, the justice, the equality, harmony, the balance, the prosperity that we want for the world to begin with us. And that's what we're going to do now. We're about to do a beautiful meditation. You hear the fountain in the background? Ooh la la, it's fancy, right? We are going to meditate. And then I have a word of inspiration for you, just my perception, my insights on what's going on in the greater world at large and how we can process all of the emotions, all of the feelings that we have. But before we get started, I want to lead you in a powerful breath that I learned from my therapist. She is actually a specialist in equestrian trauma. So she helps people that have had PTSD, which I experienced from having an attack, to be able to calm. Because I feel, or I know that there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of worry, there's a lot of rage, there's a lot of anger, and justifiably so. For many, many different reasons, right? That people are feeling these feelings. We're human. And when things happen in our world, it is natural as human beings to have emotions, right? But how do we process those emotions? How do we process them? How do we allow them to come up and out? Oh, good morning, Marian. Good morning, Rose. I see you now. So how do we process them? One of the greatest ways to process our energy, our emotions that come up and out is through our breath. So I'm going to share with you an exercise that my coach shares with me, and that is very popular in anybody that works with people that have had fear or anxiety. And it's very simple, but it's very, very powerful. I'm going to write in the comments. It is a 4-4-4 breath, right? It's a 4-4-4 breath. And this 4-4-4 breath is going to enable us to shift from fight or flight to a place of calm, to a place of peace, to a place of stillness. So we're going to do the 4-4-4 breath, drop into a meditation. Then I'm going to give you a word of motivation and then activation for you to be able to go forth in the world on purpose, on your soul's contract. Because today, I don't know what today is, to be honest with you. I think it's Friday. I don't know what day of the month it is or anything like that. But all that I know is that every moment that we have breath, we have life, we have a destiny. And it's up to us to use our unique talents, skills, and abilities to be of service in the world. That's why we get up in the morning. We don't get up in the morning to collect a paycheck. We don't get up in the morning to read emails or look on social media. No, we get up in the morning because we have a unique gift that we were given, and it's our time to be able to share it in the world, especially now. Especially now, your gift needs to be shared, okay? So let's do the 444 breath before I start doing a motivational talk. Before I do, would you mind sharing this feed so that it can get out to more people? We want everyone to be in a state of alignment, a state of peace, a state of harmony. So let's share this feed. Okay, let's do 444. You ready? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna breathe in through our nose, breathe in for 4. We're gonna hold for 4. Now breathe out for 4. And we're going to do this 4 times. Let's do it again. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now breathe out for 4. Great. We're going to do it 4 times. That's 2. Let's do it again. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Now breathe out for 4. When you breathe out, try to let out a sigh. You know when somebody annoys you and you just naturally sigh like, it's the body's way of releasing stress. We want to release stress. We want to shift our brain from being in fight or flight or freeze to being calm, resting, digesting, so we can be in our power. One more time, breathing in and out. Excellent, excellent. Do you feel calmer? So anytime during the day that you may get caught up in the news or caught up in the collective consciousness of other people's fear, we can do that breath. Cool? Cool. So let's get started. Oh, you've shared. Thank you so much, Rose. So the 444 breath, right? That's something that you could do anytime. That's all it takes for your nervous system to go from panic, fear, anxiety to calm, cool, collected, focused, able to be of service. Because we can't be of service to anyone when we're in fear, right? And we all know now's the time to use our gifts. So let's meditate. I'm going to use my favorite song, one of my favorite songs. Hopefully YouTube won't get mad at me for this. I hope they're not going to silence my video. I'll just play 15 seconds of it. It's called Anugama Shamanic Dream. You guys can get this on YouTube, Anugama Shamanic Dream, and play it on your own. If I play it, YouTube's going to get mad at me. I'm going to put it in the comments so you can play it on your own phone. And let's just turn within right now. Just join me in turning within. What helps me to focus as a hyperactive ADD person is I have these mala beads. So while we meditate, I move the bead like that so that I'm able to stay focused. Okay, so let's take a breath. And just practice sighing out, literally out loud, so that you can release any tension, release any stress. Breathing in, let go. And just turning within right now. Turning within and just shutting out all of the distractions of the world. Letting go of looking outwards with your eyesight that has very limited myopic view of the world. And we're tuning in, I-N, so that we can have the insight. It is our inner world that creates our outer world. And as we slow down our breath, we also slow down our thoughts. When we slow down our breath, we slow down our thoughts. And instead of our thoughts controlling us, we are in control of our thoughts. By allowing any thoughts of lack or limitation or fear to be like clouds in the sky, to go in one ear and out the other. Just releasing any worries, any fears, and knowing that there is something bigger that is happening here, and that our faith is bigger than our fears. Yes? Oh, yes. Our faith is bigger than our fears. And so we don't deny our fears. We don't deny our worries. We don't deny our anger. Oh, no. We release it with our breath. So as these feelings come up, as the emotions, which are just energy in motion, we just breathe them through by breathing in and breathing out. Letting the anger out, letting the sadness out, letting the frustration out, letting the concern out, and bringing your attention to your intention. And maybe your intention right now is focus. Maybe it's peace. Maybe it's harmony. Maybe it's justice. Maybe it's equality for all humans. Maybe it's unconditional love. Maybe it's compassion and understanding of soul to soul, knowing that we are all one human race and we are human beings. So instead of doing anything right now, we just take this time to be still and know that there is a power and presence that governs the universe that is bigger than this. And that as it may seem like there is a breakdown, we feel in our soul that there is a breakthrough that is happening. A breakthrough to a new paradigm, a new world, a new way of being that allows equality, that allows justice, that allows harmony for all people, for all humans. Take a breath. Letting go and letting God. If you don't believe in God, then let good. But I allow God, the divine order, the divine presence that is omnipotent, that is omnipotent, that is omniactive, to be that place, that space that allows all crooked places to be made straight, to allow all feelings and emotions to be expressed in a harmonious, peaceful way that allows for justice to be served. Breathing in and letting go. Just tapping into that still small place that even now, in the midst of all this transition, of all this evolution of consciousness, into this time of an awakening, of an emerging new world, that even now we feel a peace that goes beyond human understanding, that goes beyond the temporal of conditions, circumstances that may seem bleak, that may seem daunting, but we are not connected to the eyesight that is limited and myopic. We are right now connected to the infinite power and presence that goes beyond the limitations of the eye, that is able to see from that sixth sense, that intuition that knows something powerful is happening, that this transmutation of energy, this transformation is for highest and best good of all concerned. And as we let go and we let God and we let our good in, we release what we cannot control. We release what we cannot have power over. And we focus on what we can have power over, which is our mind, which is our thoughts, which is our consciousness, which is our state of being, our state of emotion, our state of energy, the behaviors, the actions we take, the inspired actions that we take, not from fear, but from faith. Take a breath. Letting go, letting go, letting go of what we cannot control. And as we let go of what we cannot control and we focus on what we can, our mindset, where our thoughts are focused, how much TV we are watching, which impacts our emotions, which impacts our energy, how much exercise we are doing, how much meditation we're doing. We have a mental list of all the things that bring us closer to our soul, that bring us closer to our passion, that bring us closer to our purpose. And we embrace them now. We embrace ourselves now, as my yoga teacher Cornelius Jones say. We embrace ourselves, knowing that the world right now needs touch, needs a hug, needs connection, needs unconditional love, needs to be heard. And right now, we listen to our inner dialogue because we are a microcosm of the macrocosm. That as we listen to ourselves, our still small voice, we allow those in the world that need to be heard to be listened to. And it starts with us. The change begins with us. We start with the practice of listening to the stirrings of our soul, which is leading and guiding us to inspired action. And that inspired action may be being still and meditating and holding that consciousness. That inspired action may be stepping up, doing a peaceful protest. That inspired action may be helping a small business to clean up. That inspired action may be focused on our business, on our service, on our dharma, on our soul's contract to be an even greater beneficial presence in this world. But right here and right now, we feel connected. We feel connected to each other. We feel connected to the world, not a divided world of duality, but a united world of unity, of oneness. Breathe that in. Letting go of all the angst that you may be carrying in your body, all the tension from clenching and being in the midst of the collective consciousness that is predominantly fear. Allowing these emotions of frustration and anger to come up and out like clouds in the sky, passing through. It is only when we resist the emotions that we persist, but when we allow them, when we express them, when we speak up for what needs we have and make requests for what needs to resolve that, we can feel inner peace. We can be peaceful. And when we are peaceful, it has a 10 times effect on the quantum field. Breathing in, letting go, and just feeling this connection, feeling this harmony, feeling this peace, even if it's just for 11 minutes and 11 seconds. We allow it. We embrace it. And we pour it back onto the world, this feeling that we feel right now of serenity, this feeling that we feel right now of harmony, this feeling that we feel right now of oneness, equality, justice. And we pour it out into the world. We pour it out into the world. And just feeling so much compassion. Not sympathy for people, but empathy and understanding. Empathy and understanding for all. Holding that light, holding that energy of compassion, of love, of peace, of equality, of justice, whatever quality you feel. I'm just speaking the ones that come to me, but whatever it is you want to pour out to the world, you can literally hold your hands out, facing out, and just pour that energy out into the world. Whatever you feel that the world is calling for. Could be love, could be peace, could be compassion. Pour it out now. And now bring your hands to your heart and give that same quality to yourself. If you think that the world needs love, give yourself love. If you think that the world needs compassion, you give yourself compassion. If you think that the world needs justice, you give yourself justice. For we are one, one with the one with the one, aligning at 11:11. in this time of sacred synchronicity, in this time of awakening, in this time of the evolution of consciousness from one that is divided states to United States. We unite right here and right now in this moment, in this time of sacred stillness. Breathing in and letting go. And if you want to put your hands back on your lap, open, palms facing up, feeling connected, feeling at one. And gently, when you're ready, beginning to come back into the room. Not the same. That as you have taken this sacred time to uplevel your consciousness, that it has a profound effect on the world and an impact. And gently, when you're ready, opening your eyes. And you could just say, if you would like with me, Namaste. I honor the light in you that you see in me, and we are one. And you could stretch out if you want. Feeling great. Woo, that was yummy, huh? How do you feel, everyone? Let me know in the comments. How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? By the way, this was being recorded on my YouTube. So anytime you want to go back, you can listen to it on my YouTube. So my YouTube, if you don't already know, is DeborahDerasLive.com. You could subscribe. I'm now going to have it always there. So you can anytime go to Deborah Deras Live and subscribe. And when I upload videos, which I do twice a week right now, because we need it, right? So you'll always have this to go back to. You could do this anytime. The breath with me, the meditation. How do you guys feel? You feel good, Rose? Paula, right? I felt like crying at a certain time, right? It just felt like I felt like I literally was hugging you, you know? And as someone who lives alone, I just have my bear who's wearing a mask with a prince. It's nice. So to feel that connection. I'm just curious if you wouldn't mind sharing, what was the quality that you were spreading out to the world that came forth? What was the quality? I got compassion. Marianne says that was great. Yeah, that was so awesome. Thanks, Rose. Oh, you're welcome. I don't even need to talk anymore, right? We're done with we don't need to have a little motivation. That was the motivation, right? Yes. It's nice to stay in this sacred place. I don't even think we need to talk. Everything was already said. Yeah, so my intention with this 11/11, I used to do it every day in Periscope. Now I do it once a week on Fridays, is just to support you. Because I know for some of us, especially people like me that are hyper, to be still, it's hard to do it on your own. But when you have someone to do it with, it makes it easier. So this is recorded. Anytime you want to go to YouTube, Deborah Deras Live, you can listen to it and do it. And every day you might have a different quality. That you got love and peace, Marianne? Oh, that's cool. Marianne got love and peace. Rose got compassion and understanding. Rose, we're such soul sisters. My Latina Jewish influencer soul sister. Wepa! Shalom. We feel it. Yeah, I felt the compassion. I felt like crying because I have compassion for the protesters. I have compassion for small business owners. I have compassion for the good police, right? So, and I have compassion for the world because a lot of people that don't have a spiritual practice, that don't have faith, it could be very scary because it could seem like it's the end of the world. But we that are spiritually aligned and connected, we know it's not the end of the world. It's the end of systems that are no longer serving the greater good. And so they need to break down to be rebuilt. And we need to dissolve what no longer serves so we can have what does serve. So I really don't want to talk anymore because I think we're all in a yummy space. I want to stay there. Anybody have any questions? Paula has harmony. I love it, Paula. So glad you joined, Paula. I love seeing you. Oh, it's okay that you're late. Oh my God, my OG Periscoper. Hello, gorgeous. She said, align with the divine. You know that's our phrase. Align with the divine. Don't worry if you came late. All of it. I use StreamYard now. So now it's all broadcasted. It's on my YouTube channel. So go to Deborah Deras Live to subscribe. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. And if I can be of service, if there's anything else that you need, that you want me to incorporate on Fridays, I had a guest one time, meditate sometime. The whole point of it is to meditate, motivate, and activate so that I can use my platform to be a beneficial presence and to be the change I want to see in the world. And I have been so relieved from meditating, like so much of my anxiety has been reduced. So I know that if I share that with you, the same will happen for you. So that's my whole goal and intention. We do the podcast on Tuesday. If you guys want to join, I'll invite you every Tuesday at, what time do we do it at? Noon. So we're doing it at noon. It's the Be a Paid Speaker Now podcast. So this is the show. Let me pull it up. Yeah, Be a Paid Speaker Now podcast. So that podcast comes on every Tuesday, and you guys can check it out if you want to. I'm going to be doing a free webinar on how to deliver, how to podcast at home. So that'll be great. So make sure that you're on my email list, my friends. My email list is, let me see, it is deborahderas.com. And then you could get invitations to the podcast, the YouTube, everything like that. I can't even talk after that meditation. I'm like in another world. Oh my God, this banner is blocking my thing. Okay. So thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it. I'll see you Tuesday at noon. Okay. Ciao for now. Bye. Remember to align with the divine and know that ultimately everything's going to be fine. All right. Align for success. Ciao.